Ukrainian forces have just started using British-made drones for deep strikes inside Russia. The British company Bae Systems' jet-powered Nyan drone has been in Ukrainian service for 6 months and has been used against targets including Belgorod, Volgograd and Yaroslavl. Additionally, another British-made drone has also been used to strike oil refineries near Moscow and elsewhere in Russia. The Nyan comes in different ranges, with the 250-kilometer version carrying a 20-kilogram warhead and costing approximately $67,000. At the same time, the longer-range 1,000-kilometer variant was used in strikes on Volgograd and Yaroslavl. The drone can be launched from ships or from the ground using a ramp, allowing Ukrainian forces to relocate or conceal the launch site quickly. While most Ukrainian deep strikes still rely on domestically developed systems, the growing use of British-made drones is providing an additional long-range strike capability. Their attacks on Russian industrial and energy infrastructure have caused significant economic damage, indicating that the Nyan drone can be an effective addition to Ukrainian drones. The arrival of these British-made drones has angered Russia, prompting them to respond with threats against the United Kingdom. Russia started accusing Britain of escalating the war and warned that its involvement in Ukrainian strikes could have consequences. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow could view the reported direct participation of British missile forces in attacks on Russian territory as involvement in the conflict, with all the corresponding consequences. This shows that Russia is unable to stop these drones from arriving in Ukraine without directly targeting British supply or production, which would create a much bigger escalation risk. Britain, however, rejected the warning and said it would continue supporting Ukraine despite the harsh Russian statements. Officials of the United Kingdom described the country's position as completely steadfast and confirmed that Britain would keep supplying Ukraine with the military equipment it needs. Prime Minister Andy Burnham also said Britain would continue standing behind Ukraine, stressing that the United Kingdom would remain a reliable supporter throughout the war. Ukraine is already using these long-range strike drones, but they represent only a small part of Britain's broader military support. The United Kingdom has announced plans to deliver 150,000 drones to Ukraine in 2026, making it the country's largest ever drone package. The deliveries include thousands of long-range strike drones, such as the Nyan, reconnaissance and logistics UAV, as well as maritime systems. Some of the drones have already been tested in combat on the Ukrainian front, allowing Britain to rapidly field systems proven under real battlefield conditions. Deliveries are already underway, with the program focused on supplying large numbers of battlefield-proven systems. The drone package is part of a broader £3 billion military aid commitment for Ukraine this year. This package marks Britain's effort to complement domestic Ukrainian drone production and test their own drones in real combat environment. Additionally, these drones are produced in Britain, making the production of the drone safer than their Ukrainian-produced alternatives. Now, the United Kingdom is supplying Ukraine with systems that can be used directly on the front line and drones for long-range strikes, providing them with a massive drone fleet. This allows Ukraine to increase the number of drones in its strikes and use European products alongside its own drones. At the same time, Ukraine can give battlefield feedback to Europe because the knowledge gained by Ukraine is crucial for the United Kingdom, which wants to implement Ukrainian tactics and test its own technology. This would help them improve their drones based on what Ukraine learned in combat against Russia. Overall, the United Kingdom's expanding drone support could mark a shift in how Ukraine conducts its long-range campaign, which is now complemented by British drones as well. Ukraine is gaining access to European-made systems that can be produced in larger numbers, improved through battlefield feedback, and used alongside domestic drones. If this model succeeds and proves its effectiveness even more, then Russia will potentially be forced to face sustained strikes by Ukrainian and British drones simultaneously. Every report that you watch takes time, research, and a lot of work to produce. By becoming a channel member, you directly support the team and help us continue creating detailed, independent coverage. In return, you receive exclusive tactical videos, strategic updates, and geopolitical analysis available only to members. Click Join below to support our work and gain access to the complete members-only library.